Hello friends, welcome to my channel SushantChessWise. Today we are at the next topic of our calculation training, and today I am going to show three unusual type of combinations. These are especially good for beginners. They may find it unusual and you can treat them like a test position. If you are good in calculation, you will be able to solve them easily. But nevertheless, if you are unaware with these kind of ideas, it will be really helpful. So that is the purpose. I'll try to explain a bit about these positions, but mainly they are like test positions. So let's get started. We have three positions and this is the first one in front of you. It's white to play and win. I'm trying to take it in the order of difficulty. So here white is trying to, of course, checkmate the black king. You can see black king is lacking space. Only square it has is h5, and that too it will be blocked if the queen can give check from the h4 square, which is one of the most obvious candidates. The checks that we must see are qh4, this bg7, and of course the queen coming to f8 now or later. See, once we have these moves, we can use these moves on our next attempt, that is on the next move. Okay, so white here of course thought of the move queen h4, and after queen h4, queen h5 forced, and how would you proceed from here? It's not very difficult. These positions are specially check based. I am trying to take that way. Now comes the stunning move bg7 check. The king is extracted and then pushed to one of the corner. King g7 forced, queen e7 check. What many people miss is after king h6 there is queen f8 mate, and after kg8 it's really easy. Queen f7, kh8 and queen f8 checkmates. Let's go to the next one now. So this is our second position, somewhat difficult than the previous one. It's white to play and win, of course, and you can see that there are several checks. See, there is the square h6, there is g7 check, and there is queen c5 check as well. But queen c5 check, you would see that just repeats after kg8, queen g5, and again we have the same position with king f8. So white thought of the move queen h6 and g7. Here qg7 is an outright mistake because after ke8, queen g8, kd7 the king escapes. See, after qf7, kd6 comes, and after queen e7, kd5. The main trouble is, see, the f6 pawn is weak now. Both rooks attack the f6 pawn, and either white has to keep on giving checks, or you can see the f6 pawn would be lost and the game would become drawn. So white thought of the only other move, queen h6 check, very important move here. And after queen h6, see, options are reduced. Of course, see, kg8 loses to qg7. So only move ke8, and here white had seen the move, not queen h8, but see, queen e3 check. These two checks are very important, this and the next one. Of course, kd8 loses on the spot to qe7, kc8, qc7, or even queen e8 mates. So forced is king f8, and here apart from all the checks which look sensible, h6 is repetition, c5 of course repeats after kg8. So the only other queen move, see, is a3. Even the move queen e7 makes less sense because kg8, queen check, kh7, queen check, kg7, qg7 check, king h5. We can make out now either this queen has to keep on giving checks to this king, or else the f6 pawn c will be taken. Thus after king f8, the only correct move is queen a3. The geometric patterns are used nicely by white. See, of course, ke8, then queen e7 mates, forced kg8, and after kg8 now the move qg3. This is the point. See, the queen has nicely shifted its position from g5 to g3, which is more favorable. After king h7, there is qg7 mate, and after king f8, typically white has used the geometric patterns. The queen has moved from diagonal to file and rank, creating triangles and squares. Hence the geometric pattern here comes the qb8 checkmate. So nicely white has made use of his f6 pawn, we can say, and these are very useful mating patterns to know as well. Let's get into the third position quickly. So this is the position with white to play and win. I think this is the most unusual one. White has an attack on the black king. See, this king and the bishop, they fall on this bishop's line of fire. but it looks like nothing can happen. See, the queen also attacks the c6 bishop. The poorly placed queen can also be blamed for the combination which took place. The unusuality about this combination is that unexpectedly the sacrifices happen and the king is extracted out. There is one three-piece attack rule which states that if you have three attackers, you can sack one and the other two mates, which is what happens here. Very strangely, see, white begins with the move q c6, unexpected one, right? One would expect a move like nd4, but see, just bg2, and we see that there is no way that this bishop can be taken away from the control of this c6 square. So this is just losing for white. So there follows qc6 check, and after qc6, king c6, this is the position to be imagined. Note the relationship on this diagonal, and we see after this knight moves, the squares d7, b7, b5, d5 all will be covered after the c move ne5 check here, which I am not playing right now. Let's try to calculate. After ne5, king will have to come to c5, and then see, knight comes to d3, and then king again has to come to d4. This is the funny part here, how nicely the king is pulled out, and see then the mating net is woven. Let's see how. Knight e5 check, kc5 forced, knight d3 check, kd4, and a mating net means we threaten a mate and the opponent king cannot escape from it. So the squares c, e3 and c3 are the flight squares. White does kd2 and it's game over. Whatever black does, queen f5 or g4, whatever, then see, c3 mate was unavoidable, and see, white won the game. So these are typical game positions. These are not composed positions. The purpose is to show you, make you aware of unusual ideas, improve our calculation, and this can also help us in our creative thinking. I would like to continue this series and take positions of somewhat higher level gradually. Do let me know how you found these lessons in the comment below, especially these unusual types. Thanks for your time.